Hello and welcome to another vid. This time we're going to play around with some probe scanning, buying some fuel and extra probes, and we're also going to go visit a DLC site, the Normandy crash site to be very particular. Now, in Mass Effect 1, some people didn't like the travelling and the landing on the planets in the Mako. I actually preferred it to this because basically you move your little cursor around with your mouse, you're looking for the little graph on the right to go up. Now on an Xbox controller it rumbles more violently the closer you get to a big kind of scanning point, which means if you launch your probe you're going to get a load of resources, and basically you're just moving around the planet looking for a big cache of stuff. You click your mouse button, it launches a probe. You gather a whole load of stuff, either element 0, iridium, platinum or palladium, and that unlocks research. I'd rather land on the planet in the Mako, to be honest. I got really used to the Mako playing Mass Effect 1 a lot, and I have to say I didn't really find it that traumatic once you got used to the aiming and the kind of gravity effects. However, I do like the planetary information. I do like the sort of rough idea of this. It's just having to constantly go back to refuel and do probes. So this personally to me is a bit of a miss. Now I do know a lot of people preferred this, but yeah, I actually really enjoyed the scanning and landing in Mass Effect 1, so that was a problem that needed tweaking rather than replacing to me. Now I often scan things till they get to moderate, unless they are moderate, in which case I scan them to poor. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of this, I have to say. It's not terrible, and for some people, yes, it obviously is better than the horrible control and aiming that you could suffer with on the Mako if you didn't work out how to use it. But as I say, I got very adept with it, so I do mourn the loss of the Mako. Now there is some DLC to get you some planetary action, but instead of a Mako, it's a hover vehicle. Now I'm trying to think, is it the Overlord DLC? I can't remember. We'll find out when we go there to do it. I think it's Overlord, where you get to fly around a lot in the kind of hover tank version. I would have preferred the Mako. Now what's particularly sad is the Normandy crash site. There is a perfectly good Mako just lying around waiting for you to grab it and take it back on board. So yes, poor old Mako. Now as you can see, when you're flying around and looking at the planets, you get some nice information, and you potentially get some codex updates if I recall correctly, and you get to fly around on the galaxy rather than just selecting a place to warp to. Now I guess it hides some of the loading screen horribleness from Mass Effect 1, but you know, you constantly having to buy fuel to top back up, as I say, is a real pain. But yeah, the details can be pretty impressive. So a little scroll down here just to show you stuff. So orbital distance, orbital period, the radius, various facts and figures about the planet. Really good. Now when you get a rich planet, it's great, but you can use up a lot of probes. You can see I'm already down to 20 from, I think it was 30. I believe there is an upgrade for your ship to give you a bit more probes, which is good, because having to constantly fly back to get probes is annoying. And when you scan successfully a good amount of stuff, it will tell you about things you've unlocked. So it'd be like, oh, your whole upgrade is now available. As you can see there, your Thanix Cannon Research Project is now affordable. And you know, with a little bit tweaking, you can improve your haul a bit. And yeah, with an Xbox controller I found this not too bad. Mouse and keyboard, just all a little bit tedious. Now on this particular video it's going to be fairly short and sweet compared to the epic Morden one I've recently uploaded. Now we are going to, as I say, show you a bit of the probe scanning. I'm probably going to not bother showing you much more after this video because it's not the most riveting watch. We're then going to go to the Normandy crash site, and then after this we're going to fly off to do the Zaid loyalty mission, and I have to decide whether I want to be Paragon or Renegade on that mission. As I say, Zaid really wants you to be a Renegade. I'm meant to be a Paragon, so That's a little bit difficult. That does potentially mean I'm going to annoy Zaid. I might even be in danger of losing him in various missions because he's so annoyed with me if I don't do what he wants. But yeah, as I say, he's not my favourite character, so if I do lose him, I'm not that fussed, to be honest. But he's not a bad character. As I say, he suffers maybe from being in the company of many good characters, because Mass Effect 2 does have some great characters, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation that you can have with Morden. He's a great little fun character. I do like him very much. Anyway, when you finally manage to find an anomaly, you can lock onto it and land, and you deploy your little shuttle. And I do quite like the shuttle. It's a nice little thing, but as I say, I'd rather be back in my original Mako. So a nice little atmospheric cutscene here. As you come into land, you swoop in over your crash sites. Now, with this particular bit of DLC, you can randomly get flashback moments when you get close to stuff. You're also trying to hunt down various bits and pieces scattered around the place, in particular dog tags for dead crew. And it's, as I say, it's a nice little thing that I think should have been on the disc maybe, or should have been thrown in with some other DLC. I can't remember how it was bundled originally, but you know, if I'd paid like £10 for this DLC, I would have been a little bit, oh, is that it? Because there's not really much to it. It's a nice fun addition, but I wouldn't pay a huge amount for it. As you see, you run around looking for the little flickering light, which is your dog tags. There are the odd crates that you have to bust open to find dog tags, but the main reason for coming here is for the nice little flashback bits when you get close to various landmarks, and also a little extra item you can find as well, which we'll come across fairly soon, I think. But yeah, I think one of the things that's really good about this is, if I still was playing the music, there's some nice atmospherics here, and the music is suitably kind of haunting. You can also place a monument to honour the dead and you know, the Normandy itself. So definitely a fun DLC, but don't pay a huge amount for it. You're not really missing out on much, I think, by not having it. As I say, the Shadow Broker, I think that's a pretty essential piece of DLC for Mass Effect 2. And here we go, we've got a little cutscene just reminding you of what the bridge used to look like. And as I say, nice little touch, but not worth spending a huge amount of money on. Now, when you are in certain locations, you have the option, as it says there, to press F to plant a monument. You also get to read a datapad, which I believe is Commander, or whatever his name was, Presley's datapad, and you basically get to realise that either he, or if it's Ashley, is slowly realising that aliens aren't so bad. And as I say, one of the great things about Mass Effect 1 was you start off with Presley and Ashley being quite xenophobic. There you go, it's Presley's datapad. But those two characters started off pretty xenophobic, and you've got to turn them around. And as I say, it's a great shame that by killing off the Normandy, they killed off Presley. It would have been great to see Presley maybe even like getting to fall in love with an Asari, or sacrificing himself to save Garrus, or something like that. That would have been a great touch, rather than having him just randomly die in a cutscene at the start of Mass Effect 2. Anyway, this is our little monument that we can drop down to honour the fallen, and yeah, it's okay, but nice little cutscene there. And I think you get the odd little shooting star overhead, you get the nice little snow particle effect. Fantastic bit. But we're going to find out potentially where we died, because this is our helmet, the N7 helmet. So that's quite interesting. I believe there is a comic you can get hold of, Dark Horse I want to say, where you get to find out a bit about how Shepard's body was recovered, and it's got some interesting little bits and pieces in, from what I can tell. I haven't personally seen it myself, my friend has, and he thought it was pretty good, so definitely something I might have to look into at some stage. Anyway, a little bit of a glitch in there because I got stuck on the terrain, and I'm probably going to lose my way shortly. I think if I remember from when I was playing this, I was Still in my slightly sleepy stage after a long week of work, and yeah, I kind of got a little bit spun around and thinking, oh, where have I been, where have I not been? You do get the odd little dog tag hiding in grass and stuff. You also got some nice little bits you can go in. So this is this the sleeper pod or the cockpit? No, this is the cockpit. So with the blown up roof, which you might remember from the opening sequence, where we had all the fire effects and the floating chairs. And I think we get a flash of Joker, is it? Yeah, there you go. So yeah, a nice, as I say, little extra, which I don't know why it wasn't just bundled on the disc as standard, really. It seems a bit weird. Maybe it's something they created and decided to cut, so they just made it available as some DLC, just as a nice little extra. As I say, I can't remember how much this actually retailed for when Mass Effect was brand new, but yeah, if you can pick it up quite easily, I would do. Now, I believe when EA made Mass Effect 2 free on Origin, I want to say, a lot of this DLC also came free, so from that point of view it's probably fairly easy to pick it up if you've got an EA or Origin account. In fact, almost all the DLC for Mass Effect 2 can be downloaded for free from the EA website. The only issue is if you don't have the Cerberus pass, you can't actually activate it. So just watch out for that. So you can download it and install it, but it won't actually work unless you've got the Cerberus kind of game pass to allow you to play all the content, which does rather irritatingly require you to have your Cerberus pass phone home and activate online. So just watch out for that anyway. I think I'm pretty close to being done here. I think it's 20 tags off the top of my head. I haven't really been paying attention to the little pop-ups, and there is a dog tag up here on the right by the looks of it. There it is. This will tell us how many tags we got left. So 10 experience. Oh, 13. Okay, I thought it said 18. Yes, a few more to find then. Where's this? Is this the chiroprads? Oh, Caden. Poor old Caden, he gets so much hate. He's a biotic who's been really badly treated, people. As I say, I had a few playthroughs where I let him live, and I didn't regret it. I mean, he's a great character to take along, and again, the more time you spent with him, the more interesting he became. Now, is he as interesting as Rex and Garrus and Liara? No. Unfortunately, the human characters are not as interesting as the alien characters, I find. That's not quite so true of Mass Effect 2. Jacob and Miranda are, pretty decent characters. Zaid, again, he suffers from being the worst of the human characters, in my opinion. And trying to think, who else do we get to pick up who's human? Is there anyone? Oh yeah, there's Kasumi, the thief. She's got a nice, interesting little loyalty mission. And again, not a bad little bit of DLC to pick up, but yeah, Mass Effect 2 definitely did see a growth in DLC, because Mass Effect 1 was 1, maybe 2 bits of DLC, whereas there's several bits for Mass Effect 2. Now, Mass Effect 3 also suffered from this, including the extremely annoying Day 1 Prothean DLC, which did cause a little bit of controversy. So anyway, how are we doing? Yes, that's it. I think we're not too far away from flying off back into space. I've shown you pretty much all I need to show you about probing, so you might get the odd little clip of it in future videos, but I'm pretty much done with that. And really, it's just a question now of going around recruiting new people, going on the loyalty missions of existing crew, and just doing the odd little random side quest every now and then, so we have some fun. The Mako, look at that lovely beast. I really enjoy it. I don't know what's wrong with you people. It was a fantastic fun experience once you got used to its idiosyncrasies. I must admit, the first time I played Mass Effect, I was frustrated by it, but by my second or third play, felt pretty happy with it. By the time I got over 10 plays, it was like, yeah, love it, easy, don't know what all the fuss about is. And I really enjoyed playing it on the PC. Great fun. Anyway, so what's this? Is this 18, 19? Well, how many we got? 19, so we got one more. So where have I missed it? Well, let's just grab some element 0, and it's, oh dearie me, I've totally lost track of where I have and haven't been, so going to be a little bit of running around like a headless chicken. I'm sure there was another cutscene which I might have missed. Pretty sure there was some bit where you could go find something, but anyway, never mind. I think I will very shortly spot the dog tag. We will then return ourselves to the Normandy, and that will be pretty much it. There you go. I don't know if you noticed down in the bottom right hand corner there, little pingy noise. That's where you can actually press a keyboard shortcut to say, oh, show me where my objective is, and it's not 100% precise, so that's why I'm having a little bit of fun trying to work out where the hell I'm meant to be going. But eventually I get it, and as I say, we will return back into orbit and take ourselves off to Zaid's loyalty mission. And then we got a difficult choice. Do we be a nice guy or do we be an arsehat? And as such, does that keep Zaid happy or not? So here you go, right near where I started, the final dog tag, and that will get you a nice little thank you message from the Admiral, and nice little bit of XP, so about 200 XP for doing that. So yeah, but not an essential mission, but a nice to have, particularly if you can pick it up free bundled with your game. So mission summary: monument's been placed, a load of crew dog tags have been recovered, plus Shepard's helmet. Now it is possible there was something else you could find there. I can't remember, it's been so long since I've played Mass Effect 2, and as I say, I haven't played it as much as Mass Effect 1, but yeah, there you go. Nice fun, short sweet video, and that is pretty much all she wrote. So once our loading screen has finished, we are back by the galaxy map, and I think we do get told about an email should we speak to Kelly. But in the meantime, let's fly around and do some final scanning while we're here. I didn't want to do it too soon, because if you run out of probes, as you probably saw, you wouldn't have found the Normandy crash site, and that's the other thing I don't like about it, is that you sometimes fly all the way to a location, run out of probes or run out of fuel, and it's just like, oh, very tedious. Anyway, anything else I want to say about this? Not really. This probing though is required because you need the resources to unlock various research for equipment and Normandy upgrades, and I would definitely focus on getting your Normandy upgrades in place, particularly if you want to keep as many people alive as possible for the final mission, and carrying them forward into Mass Effect 3 should that be what you're interested in. So yes, time to leave this system and get ourselves off somewhere else. Some nice interesting information on that screen there talking about coffins, and I say, if you want to spend time reading all the notes, listening to all the dialogue, Mass Effect 2 is, you know, highly regarded for a good reason. Anyway, why did I fly back here? Oh yes, I flew back here to get some fuel and probes, and then I'm going to take the jump gate off to the loyalty mission of Zaid. So refuel, reprobe, take the mass relay, and why am I going off here? Oh dear, I think I saw a sparkle in the asteroid belts, which in Mass Effect 2 was something you used to have to look for, random items in your asteroid belt. So I do seem to remember that was a feature that was really good in Mass Effect 2, but for some reason it seems to have gone from Mass Effect 1 it was really good in, seems to have gone from Mass Effect 2. Dear me, I think I need more sleep. Anyway, you see Zaid's over on the left. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I'm obviously having some major brain malfunction. Anyway, see you on the next video.